Hello everyone, Brachiosaurus227. Welcome to another episode of Nerf News. It's been a while, but there's a lot of cool stuff that has been announced, especially with the new Hasbro PulseCon. I guess it's over now, I don't know. I was hoping more blasters would be revealed, but as far as I know, we have technically four blasters revealed, and I'll tell you why in a minute, but I'm kind of disappointed that there wasn't more than that revealed, but I'll tell you what we have here. Some of it is pretty cool. Some of it I am extremely mixed about. And we'll start first off with Hyper. There are two new Hyper blasters announced so far, and they are amazing looking. And I have a complaint about the second one, though, because the second one, well, let's talk about the Impulse 40, which is basically the Rush 40, another rival pistol. We already have the Field 20, the Rush 40, and now we have the Impulse 40. What is it with these pistols? It's a reskin already. They're already reskinning Hyper. I do not understand that. And that's just insane. I don't get it. They have so many other things they could do. There's not even like a mag system for Hyper yet. I think that would be interesting at least. But nothing like that. It's just basically the Rush 40 with a different priming mechanism. And I don't know if it's going to be better because the Field 20 had the same priming mechanism and it was terrible. So as far as jamming. So I'm not sure. I just don't understand. It's like a reskin. I am really disappointed in that, unless it's cheaper. And it appears it goes with 30 rival rounds as well, which you don't get as much rounds. And not rival, Hyper. And Hyper is the most expensive, like some of the most expensive Nerf ammo you can get. I mean, it's insanely expensive. If it was cheap, then I think Hyper would be one of the best new things Nerf has done. If it was insanely cheap and you get large quantities, almost like Gel Ball. But no, it's so expensive. I think it's even like more expensive than a rival. It's insane. But there's another Hyper Blaster released, and it is a 100-round Springer. And it's basically a reshell of I think it was the Siege 50, but it's 100 rounds for one, and I'm hoping that they fix this. I give this a little more allowance because it looks so stinking cool, and if it fixes the problems the Siege 50 had, then it does warrant being on store shelves. This is actually very neat, and again, it goes to 70 rounds, even though it's a 100-round blaster. I don't get that. That's stupid, Nerf. I'm sorry, but this blaster looks so cool. I haven't been into Hyper. I have never owned a Hyper Blaster. Never purchased any of them. I've never even seen one. Like, I've never held one or anything like that. But I think I may buy this one if it's not insanely expensive. If it's like maybe $40, $50, that's a really reasonable price. If it goes above 50, that's way too much. 100 rounds, though, is really nice, especially for that capacity, but the ammo's just so expensive, and you could lose it so easily. Again, they made it a little bit more of disposable type ammo, maybe a cheaper material, and just go really cheap on the price and higher in the quantity. I really think Hyper could have more potential that way, but this blaster looks so cool. Now, there was also at PulseCon two new blasters revealed. They're both the same blaster, but different repaints, and that is the GIJOE Hyperfires. And they look pretty cool. I don't know really that much about G.I. Joe. I don't really care about that. I just really like the colors, especially the blue one. The red one also looks great too. The packaging's nice. It's a limited blaster, so I think these are cool. $70. I mean, considering when the Hyperfire came out, that was still pretty expensive. I don't know how exactly how expensive it was, but I think it may have been like $40 or something. So since it's the exclusive, $70 isn't too bad, especially considering with the Halo Needler and the Mandalorian Blaster being like, hitting 100 and even over $100. The Star Trek Blaster, the Pulse Rifle. This is actually a good blaster with a good repaint for a fair price, I guess, for a limited blaster. It's one of the I think it's like the cheapest limited blaster they came out with so far. So yeah, this is probably one of the best limited blasters. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. For $70, it's cheap and it looks cool. And the Hyperfire is a good blaster already, so that's perfect. It's a lot better than what the Mandalorian blaster was trying to achieve. And the Halo Needler is cool. I actually really like that, and I think it's getting way too much hate. But I actually think the Halo Needler is cool, but it's still $100 for a Speed Swarm. So I mean, there's a little bit of hesitation with that. But I'm really excited for these new blasters. Especially the GI Joe blaster. Not the Impulse 40. That is, I have a feeling, unless it's just a really good feeding mechanism, there's nothing there. It's a reshell of a blaster that literally just came out last year. So I don't know what that is. I think the Impulse 40 is going to be the worst Hyper Blaster, in my opinion. Or, no, don't call me that. It'll probably work as well as the others, but it's just a reshell, okay? It could even be more expensive. Now, I do have a good feeling about, what is it called? The Evolve 100. I forgot the name of that shotgun. I don't think it's a shotgun. Wait, is it? Oh, wait a second. I don't know. It doesn't say anything. If that's a shotgun now, that's innovative and that's cool. So I like that. But even if it just fixes the Siege 50's problems, that's still great too. Because the Siege 50 is a really cool looking blaster, and I almost considered picking that one up. The only problem is it jammed a lot. So what's the point? And I hate that. If I find one at a thrift store, I'll pick it up, but that's it. But this blaster, I may buy brand new if it's not over the 50 price mark, and even 50 is a little steep, but for 100 rounds, that's not bad. I'm really sorry about not uploading Nerf news content lately, but, I'll hear about something, I'm like, oh, I'll make a video about it. But it was announced several days before I even found out about it, which I don't know why. I'm not too up to date with everything, so sometimes I don't get a scoop or anything like that, so if I uploaded a video, it would be outdated, and, I mean, it wouldn't get a lot of views, and I'm not necessarily doing it for the views, but there's no point in restating old news that everyone pretty much already knows about. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I think this is these are interesting new blasters. Some bad, some good, but overall, if this hyper stuff works well, then that would be great. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.
My junk drawer, my junk drawer. So many things I don't know what they're for, but I won't let it go. No, I will add more useless little things to my junk drawer.